Waking up in chaos now. Poison swamp, it drags me down. Every step.
Ever feel like you're just, I don't know, stuck? Like every step forward just kind of pulls you deeper into the muck.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We've all been there. That feeling of wading through quicksand, it's like a universal experience.
Right. And that's what we're digging into today, how to navigate those tough spots, those metaphorical poison swamps life throws our way.
I like that. Poison swamps. Very evocative.
And to really get into it, we're turning to some, well, surprisingly insightful lyrics from the musician Kurt Holes, his song Poison Swamp.
Okay, so we're going full-on lyrical analysis today. I'm game.
Absolutely. So, right out the gate, Holes throws us into this scene, this vivid picture of being trapped, totally stuck in this dangerous, soul-crushing swamp.
Got it. Setting the scene, establishing the mood.
Exactly. And he sings, every step it takes, my soul. Got to get out of this hole. It's that feeling, you know, like every move just digs you in deeper.
Totally. And that feeling of urgency, gotta get out, that's something I think we can all relate to, whether it's work, relationships, or just feeling stuck in a rut. It's like, we've all been there.
100%. And then there's this line, monsters lurking in the dark.
Ooh, yeah. That one hits hard.
Right. Such a powerful image, right?
Yeah.
For all those unknown challenges, those things we can't quite put our finger on, but they're out there lurking.
It's so true. And you know what's interesting about that line, and really the whole feeling of the song so far? It plays on something very real. Negativity bias. It's like when we feel stuck, our brains tend to zero in on the negative. Those monsters, those fears and doubts, they loom larger.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're in this swamp, surrounded by monsters, at least in our minds, right?
Right. And it'd be easy for the song for us to just stay stuck in that feeling, but it doesn't, does it? There's a shift.
You're right, there is. Hole sings, but I fight and I won't fall. Hear my battle, cry and call. He's like, okay, things are bad, but I'm not giving up.
Exactly. It's like this. He even sings about how it's a game that's stacked against him. He recognizes that, yeah, sometimes life isn't fair, but he chooses to fight anyway.
And that's the key takeaway, right?
Yeah, totally. That shift from despair to action, it's about taking control. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond.
You said it. And that's where this whole idea of resilience comes in, right?
100%. Resilience, it's that inner strength, that grit to keep going even when things are tough. And it's not about, toxic positivity, pretending everything's sunshine and rainbows when it's not.
No, for sure. It's more like acknowledging the swamp, but not letting it swallow you whole.
Exactly. It's about, okay, this is bad, this swamp is real, but I'm going to figure out how to navigate it.
And it's not easy, is it? He even sings about losing friends along the way. Friends are falling left and right, but I push on through the night.
Yeah, that line gets me every time, because it's true. Loss, setbacks, they're part of life.
And sometimes it feels like everyone else is getting through just fine, while we're, up to our necks in swamp muck.
Right. But the thing is, we all face those dark nights, and what matters is, well, what Holes sings about. We push on.
Push on through the night. I like that. But how do we actually do that? Like, how do we keep going when it feels impossible?
That's where having a clear vision for what's beyond the swamp is crucial. It's your why, it's what keeps you going even when you stumble.
Okay, so having that bigger picture in mind. Anything else?
Support systems. Celebrating the small victories, surrounding yourself even virtually with people who get it, people who've maybe been in that swamp themselves and found their way out. That connection, it makes a world of difference.
It really does. And in the end, that's what Holes reminds us we can get through this. He sings, victory is in my sight, time to rise against the blight. So after this deep dive into, well, poison swamp, what's the takeaway? Life's going to throw us into the swamp sometimes.
Yeah.
But we have the strength to get out, to find our way back to solid ground.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's about knowing that even in those dark, murky depths, there's a flicker of light somewhere. And that flicker, that hope, that's what we got to hold on to.
Absolutely. So here's something I want you all to think about, to maybe even jot down after the episode. What's your poison swamp right now? What's that one thing, that situation, that feeling that's got you bogged down? And just as important, what's one small step, just one, that you can take today to start moving toward firmer ground?
Victory is in my sight. To rise against the blight.